Hi everybody, Molly Stone Bibb. I was doing a live stream today on my Onward with Molly Facebook page and had reminded everybody that I was going to do a video about what I do with samples and also labels, different labels that I use for things. I don't do all these things together. I don't do all these things all the time. But I just thought maybe it could give you some ideas about, even if you can't do what I do, how could you bring this down to fit in your business, okay? And of course, right now, with the whole pandemic thing going on, even though I was doing all this long before the pandemic, this sometimes can help you, think of some different ways to build your business, and it may really help your business right now, which is great. But imagine how it will be when things get back to the new normal. Okay, so samples, labels, brochures, what some things to get people to register as customers. I see a lot of that on my Onward, no matter what group, that people want their customers to register as customers. And for me, I wanted that too. And what I had to do was give them incentive to want to do it. And then how to let people know when they're just picking up my brochure, whether it's at a store or a salon or someplace I'm leaving it, how do they know to do this, to register as my customers, to get specials, things like this. So I just kind of incentivize it, if that makes sense. So it doesn't even matter which book you use at this point to show you different things. I'm going to show you, this is our Campaign 11 brochure with our Mission Luxury Skincare promo that's on the front of it. But I'm going to use this and show you what I do for established customers, what I'm doing to make sure that I let people know what they need to do to be an established customer, or to see the specials, or to connect with the representative. Because, back in the day until recently, it wasn't really an incentive for customers to link with the representative. But now with Avon, there's a big incentive for that, because if you notice when you look in the brochures, it will say, enjoy these special prices and exclusive offers only when you shop with an Avon representative. So if you've got something that, for instance, in this book, our nail polishes are regularly $10, right? They're on sale for $6.39. Well, if they don't pick a representative, the customer, the potential customer, to shop with, they don't get that price of $6.39. They have to shop with the representative to get that. If not, they're going to have to pay $10 a bottle. So if they want to so badly not shop with the representative, which really doesn't make any sense in today's world, they're going to have to pay the full price for everything. And that is for everything. Any page that you see that has a special on it. I mean, I can even right now, the bug sprays are getting ready. Boy, they're getting ready to make their debut here and come out here in this book alone. It was buy one, get one free. But again, enjoy these special prices. I'm going to show you right here. It's always down here. If they are not on a customer's e-store site, they are not going to get those prices. So, as a representative, give them the incentive to want to shop with you. They could pick anybody. They could just go to somebody in their area, like go to a search, and maybe you haven't been with Avon long enough to be in their search, because Avon reps come and they go. So Avon doesn't want a customer just left out there hanging. So they only suggest established representatives that have been in the business and have proven themselves, putting in orders every campaign, making President's Club. There are so many different things that you can do in order to be on that list, but one is selling for a particular amount of time. But if they look for you, in other words, if they said, I want to shop with Molly Stone Bibb. I know she lives in North Carolina, but I live in Indiana, so I want to shop with her. Then they could go on and under find a representative at avon.com, they can put my name in and it's going to bring my e-store up. Same with you. Everybody has that capability to be looked up. But as far as a search and you're like, I don't know what to do, and maybe I just pick somebody around me, whatever, that is not going to happen under the find a representative unless you take care of your bill and paying your bill. There are all these criteria. It's not what this is about. So if you want to know about that, then you're going to have to go on your avon.com site or avonnow.com, and you're going to have to figure that out. So let's get on to what we were talking about. Giving my customers or potential customers a reason that even if they shop personally with me where I deliver the order, to try to get them to register as an e-store customer. And there is a difference. If you look at your customers and groups under your web office, if you see a little asterisk by the customer's name, that tells you that that is a customer who has registered themselves, that they have shopped with you on your e-store, or they have just registered as an e-store customer. And then you will see maybe their same name and it doesn't have a little asterisk beside it. That's because I put their information in, because they shopped with me and I had to deliver personally, or I shipped it personally myself, whatever it may be. But you may see that twice. I have a lot of customers like that because a lot of my customers only shopped with me in the beginning. I've been doing this over 16 years. So they're there. But now some of them have gone and registered their own accounts. And so I see them in there twice, right? So that's what that's all about. It's not that you've put them in there twice. It's that they've gone to your site and that they have registered as an e-store customer, okay? How do we get them to do that? I just said we got to give them an incentive. Well, this is what I do. When I'm leaving book places, or maybe they're taking a book for my Uber rides, whatever it may be, I put a label on my, hold on one second, a couple of labels, but this one in particular. This is a label that I will put on mine, and I can put these in my group so you guys can just make them your own, I guess, if you wanted to. But you'll see this says, register as a customer at my e-store and receive a deluxe sample packet in the mail. And then, of course, I have my e-store site there. So you see this, and I've done this again. This is comparable to an Avery 5160, I think. I didn't get them there. I get my labels at eBay and places like that, Amazon. So they're not Avery, but it's 10 to a column, 30 total. A lot of people use, I forget what they're called, but they're label makers, and they do this themselves. Whatever it is that you want to do, but this is what I put on to give that, because look, once they register, you're going to get an email from Avon. You're going to get an alert in your web office that says, hey, you have a new customer, even if they didn't place an order. And I don't do this and then wait for them to place the order. I do this in spite of the fact that there might be a first order or not. They have seen this. They want to get something from me that I have promised. So I send them a deluxe package. So for those deluxe packages, let me show you what I do. Now, what I've tried to do today is right now, Avon is revising a lot of their samples. They're taking a lot of samples away. I don't know if that means they're bringing new products, but we have seen an influx of new products come. So whenever Avon has a thing where we can get more samples, I am consistently not getting a whole lot, but getting some. Definitely, I always want to have samples. And some of the ones that you can get now without a doubt are, of course, the Green Goddess, right? Ooh, let me do this so you can see it with this bright light. Is the Green Goddess, right? They come 5 to a pack. Also, the Belief, which is really huge right now, doing the Belief. The new scent that we have, the Peony Rose, by Avon. I think they come 5 to a pack, and they've got the little vial inside. Love this. The VDL has been part of some of their promotions where place your order and we're going to send you samples, which are good. But specifically, these are what I'm talking about right now. Also, I know you can still get, you'll see the Skin So Soft. A lot of people still love the Skin So Soft, where it's the oil, the body wash, and the lotion, okay? So, and these, of course, they have the little ridged tear tab here where you can tear them and separate them. So, and then at Amazon, oh, here's some other ones too I didn't see. I don't know if these are still out there or not, but I had these. I had some new of the Hydra line, the Hydrofusion line, which I absolutely love. My husband uses this line and loves it. So whatever you have, right? So I try to give different things. I feel like one for the body, one in the makeup department, in case they want to smell good, right? And then skincare, look, Belief is a higher end brand. So obviously I would put that in because I love it. This is the moisturizing balm, but I use the Aqua Balm. And then the Anew, I feel like if you have anything like that, you can. I'm really trying to steer people more towards the Belief. I feel like it is a better product than a lot of what we've offered. But like for this, I don't think Lee would use the Belief. He still loves us. So I realize, and for people who are on a more focused, gotta watch what I spend type budget, this is a great product. I mean, shoot, I have people who still love this product. And Green Goddess is just great because I use this after doing everything, my moisturizer, everything. I've loved this since they came out with us. Use this every single night. And again, if I love it, it's a great thing. So Amazon, I went for a very small price and got these bags here. I wanted something better than if it's a deluxe sample packet. When I first started doing this, I used to just get the sandwich baggies. And sometimes you could get the ones that had the seasonal design on them, and they were great too. And I would do that. And then, of course, I would put my business card, okay? I'd put my business card in there, right? And I would send them this with, people say, well, do you send a current brochure to them? Well, I don't at that time because I'm trying to keep the postage price down, right? But I have a little note that I put in there that says, thank you for registering at my e-store. Here is your deluxe sample packet. And I've also added you to my brochure mailing list, which you all know I use Campaign Mailer. If you're watching this and you don't know what Campaign Mailer is, it is a service that is offered to Avon representatives. You can go to campaign-mailer.com. It explains everything there. You're purchasing the brochure and the postage, and you're putting whatever you want on there, and it's going to the address that you want it to go to. Go sign up for it. You can even have one sent to yourself so you can see how it comes. I'll be doing a video about just Campaign Mailer too. I just haven't gotten around to it yet, but I'm going to. But if you go there, make sure that you let them know that Molly Stone Bibb recommended you, because I do. I love them. I've been using them for years and years and years. It's how I get all my brochures to my customers. So here's what one of the bags look like, right? So all of this stuff fits in here, which is great. The only one that's a little bit testy is this one here, okay? Sometimes what I'll do is take this one, because this folds in half here, right? And I will just put that in the envelope part, because I mail them in these, okay, is what I do. I mail them in these, and they go first class. They don't weigh a lot. I'm paying minimal. And it's not like I have 18 people a day like signing up on my e-store thing. But this, again, for somebody who wants to get that deluxe package, you know. And then I tell them where they can go in there. We'll be sending you a brochure. Please let me know your feedback on these products. Now, sometimes they don't get back to me. Most of the time they don't. That's okay, but I've done my part. So I'll use these bags and put everything else that's in there, and then, you know, pull the little string, and it's just a nice touch. The other thing that I do when I send it, hold on. I'm just that person. I always put a piece of candy in with it. So the Dove Hearts, I think, are really great. They're wrapped exceptionally well. And so I always like to throw one of these or two of those in there so that it's just kind of like, hi, I'm friendly and I know you need chocolate today and I'm your girl. So, and I will send this to them. But they don't know about that unless I put the label on the brochure, right? And when I first wanted to get people to sign up at my e-store, I even put that on for my customers, because if they would take the time and go register as an e-store customer, and I knew they were getting the specials and everything there, here's the deal. I'll send them a sample packet. Of course I will, because I could be introducing them to something they have not tried yet. So that's a plus, right? Maybe they'll love the Belief. Maybe they'll start buying that product. Maybe they'll love the Green Goddess. You know, you just never know. And if it's somebody that sometimes I have talked to and I've said, hey, you know, I'm gonna send them this deluxe package. I put all this together, and then, you know, some of the little toothpaste and stuff that they've given us the trial size to, I'll throw one of those in too. Because again, I love getting people hooked on our essential products that they are going to reorder after they run out of it. That's the name of the game. It's not the earrings, which of course I love, and the clothes and stuff like that. That's all great, but they're normally one-time buys. So you want to make sure that we find what they love so they will be repeat buyers, okay? I hope that makes sense. So that's one way to get people to sign up on your e-store, okay? I hope that helps you a little bit. And these were not expensive. They even had some that were cheaper. I forget, how many were these? Were they 50? Can't even remember. Maybe they're 50 because I got 2 packs of them. Maybe 100 even. Yeah, these may be 100. I think I got them for like 20 bucks, so they weren't. Sometimes you can find them on sale at Amazon, okay? So that's kind of cool. So, okay, so that's what I do with that. Let's talk about another label. Whenever I'm leaving brochures someplace, you've seen me talk about this before, I'm sure. I always put this at the top left or right-hand corner. I always put a "Take Me, I'm Free." I want people to know that they have permission if they're in that nail salon, if they're in that store, if they're in that mom and pop place, if they're at a gas station shop, if there's some place where I have left the brochures, even when I'm Ubering, it's in the back behind the seat, it says "Take Me, I'm Free." I have given them permission, okay? Now, do I give a sample pack to everybody who's in there? No, I don't, but this is where the brochures come out. Let's just say that, let me look here, hold on. Let's start with the Belief. So here is the moisturizing balm. So this is a big 2-page explosion in this campaign that there was about this. And I will not take a bunch of samples, but I will take one sample. The brochures I keep in my purse to hand out to people. The brochures I keep in my vehicle. The brochures that I leave places so that I'm hoping people will pick them up. I do not do this when I'm tossing brochures. I don't do that. I do not waste samples that way. Nope. Because too many brochures and driveways or whatever just get picked up and tossed. The husbands do it. The kids do it. The women do it too. But the point is they get tossed, and I don't want my samples tossed, okay? But if it's sitting somewhere and it says "Take Me, I'm Free," they're taking it because they want it, not because they don't know how to say no. So on things like that, I'll take one of these Belief samples and I will simply tape it. Tape it, like right here. See where the picture part is? I will take it and I will tape it there. Makes it a little bit of what they call a lumpy brochure, but only one little lump. And I will tape it there, because when they get to that page, which of course is at the beginning too, oh wow, she put a sample of this in here. That's really cool. I'm gonna try this. Not to mention, I haven't covered up the part that says a lightweight cream with comforting, cushioning, whip texture, and it is supposed to help dryness, firmness, and loss of elasticity, and that's the things that they go after the most. Not to mention, #1 selling product in Korea's highly competitive beauty market. That always helps at the very bottom. So it doesn't matter if it's the Green Goddess. Maybe you want to introduce a perfume that's come out. take it and put it in there. If the Skin So Soft is on sale, which about every other campaign it is, I'll even take one of those, whether it's the body lotion, the oil, or the body wash, and I'll even tape one of those in there too. That way they feel like, you know, sometimes I think it makes them think differently of the representative too, like, oh wow, this is the first time I've ever gotten a brochure where it actually had a sample in it for me to try. That's cool. A lot of people will take the What's New clear literature bags. We used to call them What's New bags, but now they're clear literature, which you can get from Avon. These books fit in here either way. I put them in sideways. And sometimes if I want to put a couple of them in there, I will do that, put them on the back. There's so many different ways. You're going to see so many different videos that I've even put up of different ways I've done things. But when I put books in the back of my car for Uber or whatever it may be, or even in my purse, because I don't want the pages to get messed up, once I take this brochure, tape the sample in it, have everything on it, my information, everything I want, I will put them, let me just do this. Hold on, let me show you what I do. Hold on. Let me show you what I do with this so that you know. All right, so you take these out, you can hang these up. I've shown this on so many videos before, but we're gonna do it again. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna take this, and let's say I have the sample in here already. I have it all labeled up. So I'm gonna take this book, and if you will notice, I'm gonna take this book. They're much easier to get in now because they're not as wide. I'm gonna take this book, whoops. I'm gonna try to make it so that black writing is towards the back. Let me look at this and see exactly what side this is on. You can tell though. Okay, so that the front is showing. So look here, so I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna put this in here. You see I'm putting it bind side down. I'm leaving this open. I take it, you're gonna imagine the sample is already in here, okay? My labels are already on the book. Anything I want in here, if I have a recruiting flyer, it is in here, it's ready to go. You're gonna slip it down, right? See that? So I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna roll this like this. See this? I'm gonna roll this, and then what I'm gonna do is here, I'm gonna open this up in the middle, and all that extra, I'm gonna tuck it. And look what we got. Look what we got. It's sealed. They're gonna feel like nobody else has touched the inside. So with the pandemic, I think that's gonna be a thing for some people. The sample is in there that hasn't been touched, right? You're gonna imagine I have Take Me, I'm Free here, whatever. It's gonna have my info down here. It's gonna have the thing that says, hey, register as an e-customer, and I'm gonna send you a deluxe package. And I will take these and I will leave these like this. I believe these bags are worth it. Even before the pandemic, I've always done it this way. I just feel like it makes it look more professional. But if you just remember that you want to put the bind side down into the bag, and you see this wording which has the warranty about don't put it over your head or you'll suffocate. Jesus, take the wheel. We definitely have some people who need to be told that. I try to make sure that goes on the back, okay, so it does not hinder the front, so it's very, very clear here. See, there it is in the back. But you'll know as soon as you look at it how you're supposed to put the book in. Take it and you put it and boom, it's done. And then what I'll do is when I give out the 3 or 4 that are in my purse, I make sure I restock and put more in my purse. Again, a lot of these are old school lessons, but guys, this is what gets it done. You're not walking around with this on your head, letting people know what you're doing, right? Okay, they don't know unless you tell them. So if you're leaving things places, wouldn't that be funny if we did that? If you're leaving things places and you direct them to know how to be your customer and how to get on your brochure mailing list. The other thing is this. People say, well, Molly, what do you put on the back? These are the labels that I put on the back. Your sales rep is Molly. Never put my last name. Don't need to. It's all good. It's in my address anyways, my e-store address. I put my number to call or text for express service online, which is my e-store. There's my e-store. And then on the bottom, you'll see it says free shipping on orders $60 or more, because I want to make sure they know that. If your order's 50-something, get something else so you can get free shipping. They all like that. That's on my label. But maybe they don't want the sample packet. I don't know why they wouldn't. But a lot of people, I will just put this on here and it says, want to be added to my brochure mailing list. Email, add me to the list. Write your name and address, with your name and address too. And of course it has my email address on. So again, it gives them a way to communicate with you. This is really great. I've also taken the same message and on places like Nextdoor, apps, neighborhood apps, whatever, taking the same message to say, hey, if you love Avon or you'd like to try some of our new products, I would love to send you a brochure. And you know, I've gotten responses from it. I got 2 just a week ago. I put it in there like, hey, bug spray time is coming, the mosquitoes are coming out. If you'd like a brochure or whatever, here you go. I added them to my campaign mailer list, and now they're getting brochures. Now, neither one of them have placed an order yet, but it happens. But when they have a need, they will. I will do that with them not ordering for me. I will do that for 6 campaigns. I will look back, and if for some reason they haven't ordered for me, I will put them on my every 3-month list with campaign mailer and move them up there instead. And that way I will just make sure that, hey, they know I'm still out here in case for some reason they couldn't. I don't just mail brochures unnecessarily to everybody just to keep doing it. It costs money, but I do give them a chance because, you know, sometimes you're just waiting to get the money and sometimes they just can't yet. Sometimes they want to see if you're consistent. Whatever it is, I just try to make sure that they're aware. So hopefully that makes sense. So you saw the brochure. Let me see what else I have here for you. Wait 1 second. Register, my label. I showed you the bags. I showed you how to put... I hate to give a brochure out that doesn't have a sample. I've done it. I've done it many times. But I really believe in these new products. And it was really hard for me at one time with some products because I could tell them all day long what the product did, but I had issues with some of the products. I couldn't wear them, whether they were too perfumey, whether they were too oily, whether they just didn't work for my skin, those kind of things. And, you know, it was just really hard. I always felt like I wasn't nearly the skincare seller that I could be. I was great at treatment stuff, you know, like the dark circle corrector and the eye pro and stuff like that. I was great with that because I used it. But having a great skincare regimen now that I'm using the therapy and I'm using the rice water cleanser and stuff, man, I feel like I am a walking testimony for it now. And my skin over the last 4 months or so has just made this change, kind of like their foundation. I'm using their new matte foundation, you know, I can't even remember the name of it now. What is the name of that? You know what, I'm not going to be right until I figure out what that is. I like the other one too, the other foundation that they have, but let me specifically look because I have so many people now who talk about my skin and say, Molly, your skin looks so bright. Number one, I always use Smashbox for the primer. And now that they have a green primer, because I have red undertones to my skin, Smashbox, they lost me. Ulta lost me for that, that's for sure. Because now I use that and I get a discount on it. I love the ink lasting, okay? I can use this. This is a little bit heavier coverage for me. So when I'm really looking for that heavier coverage, I can use that, which is great. I love their Mono Pops for sure. Where's the other one at? How come it's not in here? Was it not in here then? I know it was. What in the crap? What did I do with it? Hold on, guys. Somebody just asked me today, what is that, Molly? What are you using? And I'm like, yeah, the VDL. Look, a lot of people are having a lot of great things to say about the VDL. Oh my gosh, that's some great stuff too. I haven't used all of them yet, but man, oh man, oh man, isn't that... Oh, cashmere, that's what it is. The cashmere complexion. It's more of the matte. I do better with the matte because I use a finishing powder, always have, to set my makeup. But I have to use very little of that makeup to get the coverage that I get. So I feel like almost probably 95% of what I use now, makeup, skincare, everything, is all my my home company. And I like that because I couldn't say that before. Before I could just learn about the products and tell people about the products, but it's so different when you have a personal experience. It's so different when people notice your skin and they go, "You're gonna be 57?" And I'm like, well, I think I kind of look like I'm in my 50s. But my skin, now look, I've never been a smoker, none of that, but I was noticing a lot of things that were a lot more prominent, lines that are here. And look, I still have them. They're just not as prominent. I have a couple of frown lines here, but technically I don't have this going on. I've been very, very, very lucky, okay? But I was noticing some things that were starting to happen, and I was like, my skin's starting to, I need to do something here. And I said, I've got to give this new Korean line a chance. So now I'm like busy putting these samples and everything because I want to turn everybody onto it. So I recommend that you do the same. You don't have to. The other thing I want you to think of is whatever I'm telling you to do. If you're just starting, I don't want to say dumb it down, but I don't know any other way. You need to bring this down to your level. Your deluxe sample packet could be a lot different than mine. Your deluxe sample packet could be, like a skin so soft and like one of the skincare, maybe one of those. Doesn't have to be. You could just say not a deluxe sample packet. You could say to receive free samples. A free sample packet. I use deluxe because I figure by the time they get the candy and that kind of stuff, it's definitely deluxe as far as I'm concerned. I like to get it. Make it according to your pocketbook. And I am going to be somebody who tells you, you cannot be in this type of business without making some sort of investment. I like to invest in the products as far as samples and stuff for my customers, or give offers that if my customers perform just like my team, they get stuff. So, you'll see on the back of my campaign mailer books, I'll put things like, place a $50 order with me in this campaign between these dates, and I'm going to send you a free hand sanitizer, a free hand soap. I don't have a bunch of $50 orders, but it's worth it to me that if they think there's something they could get, whether it's all 5 of our lip balms or whatever it is, I can do something to make them want to perform at that level, because what I'm giving back between postage and that product, if they love the product, it's great. Like that new Cucina hand soap, I did that, and I think it was either, I can't remember, 3 or 4 people who earned that. Well, 3 out of the 4 have gone back and now bought it. One lady bought 3 of them, just bought 3 of them because she says, oh my gosh, I can't believe how much I love this. Thank you so much for sending it. Went back with her next e-order, and she ordered 3 of them. That is what happens. Either put incentives out there that they can get something like a toothpaste. It doesn't have to be an $18 something. It can be something that that if people hit a certain goal as a customer, that you can afford to get it to them. And I always take into mind, how much is it going to cost to mail something like that? And you may have 3% of the people who actually do it in your customer base. But that's okay, because if they like it and they order it again, it's a win-win all the way around, okay? So samples are something that's great. I remember samples. I used to do a lot of events. I don't do so many events anymore. But when I did events, it was great because I'd have them out on the table and people would come and they would pick up what they wanted. And I think that events are still really great, and I think people can do them. I used to do them for yard sales, community yard sales, when I'd set up a table with books and samples and things like that. But right now, I think it's more about the personal side of this. And, and being able to, again, this big thing with, you don't give everybody everything and they haven't had to do anything for it. I had to learn that with my team too, right? Like, make them let them want to perform so they can see that they met a goal. And somebody has to let me know that they are interested in what I'm offering. And if you'll just go to my e-store site and you will register as a customer, hey, I'm going to send you some free samples on me, you know? So I feel like they're interested enough to do that because they want to try the products, okay? So, you know, whatever works for you. Again, these are just ideas. I have many more ideas, many more trainings. I've done 2 skincare recently videos talking about what I've used and what's changed me. I've had the power of the brochure. Try to do these at least once a month and come up with something new. But now that they're finally starting to come out with samples on a more regular basis, not everything we need, but they're working on it. I thought this could be good. And labels, how you can use labels or messages so that people know what you're thinking. You know, sometimes people are scared to say, oh, do you have samples of that? But if you let them know you have samples, you'd be surprised what they might do. And that starts a relationship, because when you give them that stuff, you then can open up a conversation and you have a customer representative relationship there, this new family thing that once she feels like you care enough, she's your customer for life. And isn't that what it's all about? Okay? So I will see you next time. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, okay? And the alert, the bell button, so that when there is a new video, you are alerted that there is something there that may be worth your watch. Okay? Take care. Have a great day. Bye-bye.